intelligence raising concern inside the FBI and Homeland Security about terror threats from al-Qaeda. The president was briefed today about the possibility that al-Qaeda is making plans to retaliate as the anniversary of Osama bin Laden's death draws near. And from coast to coast and overseas, there is extra security tonight at airports and on board planes. And ABC's chief investigative correspondent Brian Ross is here with the latest on what we know about that. Brian.
Good evening, Diane. Well, while in public, U.S. officials say there is no specific threat of a pending attack, behind the scenes, law enforcement officials tell ABC News there are plans for a major security surge at airports and transportation hubs in advance of next week's anniversary, all based on intelligence reports that al-Qaeda is determined to avenge bin Laden's death. Of greatest concern to U.S. officials is the al-Qaeda group in Yemen and its master bomb maker, Ibrahim al-Siri, who has survived repeated U.S. efforts to kill him. It was al-Siri who U.S. officials say designed the so-called underwear bomb that got past security but failed to detonate. And it was al-Siri who designed the bombs hidden in printers being shipped to Chicago that were detected only at the last minute. In a joint intelligence bulletin issued overnight, the FBI and Homeland Security described concerns that the Yemen group intends to advance plots along multiple fronts, including renewed efforts to target Western aviation.
It doesn't take a great number of people to do the kind of attack that we had on September 11th. That was less than 24 people. And it's clear that they have that number available in places like Yemen today.
The threats of a revenge attack have been monitored by the U.S. ever since last May's raid on bin Laden's compound in Pakistan. Among the papers found in his home were repeated references to the importance of attacks timed to coincide with anniversary dates, something not previously understood about bin Laden.
I think it's a major issue for al-Qaeda to do something to prove they're still alive, to do some fairly major event or series of attacks that prove that they're not down, they're not out.
As a result, American law enforcement and White House officials say travelers at airports in the U.S. and Europe should expect to see enhanced security over the next several days.
But, Brian, when we hear these reports, we always wonder, what do we do about traveling our families? You talk to FBI and Homeland Security people. What do they tell their families?
They are confident the U.S. has a handle on this, and that if there was enough to warn their families, the entire public would be warned as well.
So they make that promise to you. If they're warning their families, they're going to warn our families.
These are decent men and women who are out there to protect us. They would not let that go, they say.
Okay, Brian Ross reporting in tonight. Thank you, Brian.